And we're back. We're live. We're rolling.
Yo,
back to another episode of the Urban Anime Podcast. I'm the Cash Kami with my co-host,
Professor J.
Tyler Roney, you already know.
What's good? What's good? And we're gonna start talking about some JJK. That last chapter was Flames. But we got some theories we want to get across first before we start talking about that, because I think the Rona might be on to something crazy. I'm trying to hear it. Fresh on the fucking podcast. Let's say
Calm theory, right? I feel like this chapter brought about a lot of questions to me. Brought about a lot of half answers. And one of the things I feel like I've been kind of pieced together. Sukuna's technique, like what's his curse technique, right? And they're questioning if Haguruma's ability is going to work at all in general. But if it does, if he seals his technique, right, is he going to seal all of his abilities? And I don't think it would. And I think it's because his technique is multiple abilities. And I think he can also add things to it. I think his ability is shrine. I think his technique is shrine itself. So he can just add things to the shrine. And
so he creates like a subspace, and anything in there is hidden.
Anything that he can understand, he can add it to the shrine. He opens the shrine up. So I mean, in the episode that we saw when he fought Jogo, right? And first time we saw the fire out, right? He said open, right? He said open, he said fuga, right? He just, first time we ever saw this shit use the fire, right? I think he opened up the shrine, looked inside, it was like, all right, what am I about to use on this nigga type shit? I think he has tools. I think he has
ingredients.
I think he has ingredients. Mans has stuff in it. He has stuff. He has
just
stuff.
Open up the pantry and start cooking.
And he's pulling stuff out of it.
Man. Excited. It's over.
I think he's just doing stuff.
I think that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, because it still ties back into like everything that his abilities stand for, like chef.
Everything. And to me, like he kind of when he started plotting on Gojo, because he really started plotting Gojo from way back. The moment he got like embarrassed, episode 1, chapter 1, he started plotting on this nigga, right? He started thinking about it, and that's why he started getting interested in Megumi at the detention center and all that shit, right? And ultimately, he just wanted to add some shit to his arsenal. That's what it was. He wanted to add some shit to his arsenal, because the whole time he's like, it's gonna be hard to fight this nigga. Like, I can't, like, it's gonna be hard to fight this nigga. That's ultimately what it's gonna be. It's gonna be hard to fight this nigga. The anime keeps adding, it keeps showing it. It keeps showing it. Like the panel when he's fighting Maharaga in the episode following the one with Jogo, he shows Maharaga charging towards himself, right? He's like, no, but this nigga is like, he's figuring it out. Like, he's adapting. I can touch that nigga with that. And they kind of put Gojo in silhouette and Maharaga grabbing him. I'm like, they just kind of throwing it out there. Now, I mean, I guess you wouldn't know unless you read it, but they just kind of throwing it out there.
A taste.
They just kind of giving you a taste. They kind of giving me. I think he's just adding stuff to his arsenal. I like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he sees that, he recognizes his game. Let me take that.
So he's all for one, basically.
If he,
yes,
he's awful.
Yes,
he's just walking around just stealing curse techniques. Like, that's kind of tough. Let me get that.
But I don't think he can copy like born abilities. Like, I don't think he could copy the 6 eyes or
No, I think if he understands, if he understands the basis of it, I think if he understands how it works,
it has to be like curse techniques.
He's like, okay, I can figure that out. I can. Yeah. That's useful to me. It has to also be useful to him. It can't just be some arbitrary shit like, oh, Inumaki's voice technique, right? That's not useful to Sukuna. That's not something that he would need to add to his arsenal. That's not,
Yeah, he already cuts everything out.
I don't
looking at it.
I don't know, man.
I don't think he needs that.
He could slice everything for 20-something kilometers.
And you could just yell from the little mouth from the side of your face, stop moving. So this is getting annoying. Stop.
And I think that
honestly, I don't think he's fighting somebody that ability would work on.
I don't think the ability would work on him, so I don't think he would recognize it as useful because it wouldn't work on him. Like, I think it would have to be something so profound that would like affect him that he'd be like, I can use that. That's a useful ability. Like, that's something. Like the fact that he saw Megumi's ability one time, he didn't even know Maharaga existed. It wasn't like he just saw it one time. And was like, that could be potentially useful. Like, it creates a subspace. Like, creating a subspace of shadows. Whoa, that's a busted ability when you think about it in general. Just that, and that's not even the main ability of the 10 shadows. Just that in general impressed him. He was like, well, why the fuck did you run away, nigga? Why did you run?
You had the dub right there.
You had the dub. What the fuck?
You had me. Yeah, I was confused too.
This meal is delicious.
No reason. So yeah, I think he's I think when he's genuinely impressed, it's worth adding to himself. He'd be like, you know what? That's I could use that.
Because he figured out Mahoraga on the fly. Like
on the fucking fly. He pretty much figured that shit out.
Slapped around before. Like they actually did something for real.
I think I genuinely think there's only probably 3 people. No. 3 people. Yeah, I think there's only 3 people off rip if they fought Mahoraga that could have defeated him. Gojo, Sukuna, and I would give Kenjaku maybe the nod. Off rip defeating Kenjaku.
He got something in the.
I will give him the nod. Off of respect, I'm gonna give him the nod.
It might take some time. That might be the longest of the.
A longer one. It might be because he has a lot of stuff. He has a lot of stuff to throw at him. But I don't even think. I don't think Yuki. I don't think the other special grades are beating Mahoraga off rip. Unless I don't know. She might have the best chance, but I don't think.
I mean, you got to hit him with something brand new.
You have to hit him with something brand new.
One hit kill capable.
That's it. And if you don't kill him in that one shot, it's pretty much wraps.
Yeah,
it's wraps. Unless you have a very deep bag, and there's not a lot of sorcerers we saw it that have a deep
enough bag. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
There's not sorcerers who are beating
very limited.
I mean, there's
does he retain what he got? I don't remember. Does he retain what he got hit by the next time he summoned? Like once he dies, that's it.
Oh no. So the problem is, I think if Sukuna had him, that would be what it is. So if Sukuna has him, and you use whatever abilities, Sukuna doesn't die, obviously, so he's not gonna lose. But if it's a ritual situation where the person is gonna probably get clapped afterwards, I don't think the next person who summons in is gonna have the same inherent abilities that Mahoraga would have had. But I still just don't. Even if he has no set like abilities from before,
still has regeneration. He still is fast, strong. Like
I think the fact that Dismantle or Cleave didn't outright put him down in that fight is.
Sukuna was like, hold up.
That's a lot. That says a lot.
You gotta stop and think for a second. Like
I mean, Cleave and Dismantle have 100% kill rate. I don't think there's anyone besides Gojo that Cleave or Dismantle did not kill. Off rip, like just he was using it and it didn't kill them. He just stopped using it on Jogo. He didn't like it wasn't not working. He was slicing Jogo that he got bored. He got bored fighting that nigga. Now, let's do something else. Let's try something different. I'm tired of doing this.
Let's cook together.
I ain't been outside in a couple decades. Let me really stretch. Let me get deep in the bag here. Let me see what else I got.
Cleave and
like fire? I like fire.
I don't know if you like it like I like it, but I don't know if you like it how I like it, but yeah, I think I think he's, and I think that's the main problem when it comes to the domain now, because I don't think they're gonna be able to seal his like abilities. Like I think they're gonna maybe shut down maybe.
So I think his abilities work against him for a different reason. I think so. In this last chapter, they gave this whole backstory about like how what's this guy's name? The lawyer.
Oh, Higuruma.
Like how his ability works and like the statute of limitations and all of that. I think they dropped that little tidbit because all of Sukuna's crimes fall outside of the statute of limitations.
They have to. I mean, 1,000 years.
Like
because how do you the only way would be to get him is to get him for what he did while he was using Yuji's body.
I mean, the Shibuya incident is
they already convicted.
He's still not going to get it then because it was an agreement, right? He had an agreement with Yuji.
Yeah.
And the only thing is Yuji doesn't remember it, but the agreement is still in effect. So
right. So he's still just as responsible for that.
But would you consider, now they were getting really lawyery. They were getting into real lawyer terms at some point. Would you consider that a situation of under duress? Because it was a binding vow that was made while he was trapped inside of this nigga's fucking innate domain. So it's not like he could have left and said, no, I'm not doing it. He was held hostage inside of his own body with the only option of either make the deal or die.
If Gege really wants to get into his bag, he'll go that route. He'll go that route, and he's deep in his bag. You got it. You got it.
Phoenix Wright got nothing.
Right.
I think they're gonna end up boxing. They're gonna end up boxing. No matter what, this is gonna end up. It's gonna end with niggas getting hands laid on.
I honestly think Sukuna is going to cleave the executioner sword and the judgment. I think that's how.
He's just gonna cut down the whole courtroom.
I mean, because here's the thing.
I'd cry.
What determines what Judge Man would take away? What abilities? Is it cleave and dismantle? Is it just cleave? Is it just dismantle? And then again, is he able to use the dimension slicing ability regardless? Because it seems like he doesn't have to do it with just cleave or just dismantle. He could probably just do a dismantle with the dimension slicing ability, cut Judge Man, or at least cut the domain. And I mean, that's what I'm thinking. So what determines what takes away which abilities? And then can he apply that to any ability that he has? Can he?
Doesn't like a life sentence take away all your cursed energy, like in general? So I mean, that would be what would have to take him down at that point.
So just hands, but then they're just throwing hands at that point.
You still have to deal with him. He's still with arms.
Yeah.
And does he still have that weapon? Does he still have the weapon inside?
More than likely.
No problem. He's still an issue.
I'm quite sure he still has that.
Still has the lightning weapon. I don't know about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With 4 arms.
I don't like that nigga. Fucking walking around like a Machamp.
But I don't know. Without cursed energy, I don't know how he's doing it with Maki. I don't know how he's dancing with Maki.
I wonder how
like,
is the domain can we hop him once he's like, can everyone hop in after that, or is it like only a select?
I really hope so.
Because if that's the case, we're jumping. We're all
absolutely JJK rules. This is
JJK
high right around the block.
You've
seen the scraps. You know what's going down. It's how this roll like.
But jumps.
I mean, that would only
Gojo does 1Vs. We don't.
True.
He graduated. He can do what he want. We're still in the school. We jump niggas.
He deserved it. Nigga ran the most like diabolical 3v1 just like a few chapters ago. So like, he definitely deserves a hop. I'm not gonna lie.
Maintained it being one-sided.
Yeah, that was pretty. I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know.
So we think Kenjaku's making it away from Yuta.
I think he does.
I think both get away.
Mm-hmm. I think whatever happens with Kenjaku, he walks away from the board. So you think Sukuna he dips out?
I think everyone loses. I think it's a fail across the board. I think Sukuna just disrespects Judge Man and laughs his way out the courtroom.
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna laugh at it, like, or he'd be if he really has the ability to like just pick up and learn anything. I'd be weak if he like manifests his own lawyer from cursed energy.
Oh God. He manifests Maharaga again. Maharaga's just like adapting to law. Nigga start going to law school. Nigga passed the bar in the domain.
Yo, man has a law firm commercial. Like
law firm commercial, bro. Hell yeah.
So I don't know how. I think Sukuna gets out of there. I think they basically told us that whole domain expansion won't work. I think they took a lot of time to figure out how it could work, to find a loophole, but ultimately it was done because it won't work. Right? I don't know how Kenjaku's going to get out of there. He might be taking Yuta's body. I don't know.
That's going to make a lot of.
I think the next chapter we see how he does his brain swamp, and I think we see him get the fuck up out of there.
I hope Kenjaku. I don't think it would be good to take Yuta out of the story that way. Even though, because he's done a lot, I'm not gonna say he hasn't done enough. Because his resume looks pretty nice, honestly.
And then it sets up the UG Yuta fight that actually can make sense. And then Riku helps UG, and then she helps him reclaim his body, and then that's how Kenjaku dies.
Oh God. I feel like I need to see because one thing I need them to wrap somewhat into this fight. How they're gonna get Megami back? Because I feel like I don't know if he's dead, and the reason why I say that now is because I think
they keep saying possession. They keep saying possession. Like he's still there. It's not like a set in stone. He's gone.
And they're wondering if he still has access to the 10 shadows. So I'm curious because I feel like he still does at this point.
He's just chilling in the garden.
I think he's just. He could use it if he wants to, but he doesn't need to now. Now that he's overcome Gojo, it's not something that he needs to pull out and start doing this shit. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not necessary. He can already heal himself. He doesn't need that shit.
He has all his cursed tools.
He has all his cursed tools. I think there might be a way to recover Megami. I think it does have to do with the soul, though. I think it might have to do with some of the research that they had a few chapters ago. I remember Yuji was talking about the books that he was reading and shit like that. And they did have to do with the soul. So I feel like they're
type of soul transfer.
They might have a way to like transfer his soul or some shit like that. Or maybe transfer Sukuna's soul outside of
He
him.
might be like some kind of bridge, even
some shit like that, where he could like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he
like
might take Sukuna back into himself or some shit.
If he like actually figures it out. Because at a base level, he can contain powerful, like cursed energy and souls and things like that. So if he was able to expand further upon that, he may have some way of moving them through himself into other things or people, if need be. But because then what, Megumi ends up in someone else's body?
I feel like what they might end up doing is Sukuna might end up, they might try to move Sukuna's soul into Yuji's body again. And I think that might end up being the ultimate conflict. Like now, how do you, they might end up like, I think Yuji still might end up being clapped at the end. That's the thing. I mean, it still might end up coming full circle, and it might still end up, well, we still might have to execute this nigga ultimately, because I remember, like, when you really think about it, not even if you really think about it, this shit wouldn't have happened if he didn't eat the finger, or if they had executed him off rip. This shit actually wouldn't have happened. Gojo wouldn't have been sealed. There would have been no vessel for Sukuna, so I don't think there would have been anyone who would have.
Gojo probably felt real stupid in hindsight. You fought to make this all happen.
I mean, he fought to make it happen because I feel like he believed. It's not that Yuji doesn't have potential, but ultimately, once Shibuya happened,
it's time.
It became clear that this is
pack this band up. It's time.
It's not looking good.
So what do you think? So you think next chapter he does about it?
I think they might focus because here's the thing. I feel like they might want to leave us on a cliffhanger with the Kenjaku situation, because the potential for that shit to keep going is high. And I do think Kenjaku is going to be the ultimate villain. I think Sukuna is going to be the most powerful foe, but I think Kenjaku's ultimate, plan and shit like that is going to end up being the ultimate end goal for the series. So I think he does get up out of there, but I don't think they're going to focus on it now. I think we're going to get into some lawyer shit. And I think we're going to see hands immediately after.
The worst chapter.
It's going to be worse.
We're going to get some lawyer text.
Heavy.
We might even get a fight during some text. We might see some hands being thrown while the sentencing is being done. I don't know. It might happen, because ultimately, I don't know if does Yuji have to listen to, like, I mean, if you're participating in the domain, right, but you're not necessarily on trial. I mean, what they kind of explained in the chapter was that he was going to put Yuji on trial technically, but carry over or dismiss the last case that he had against Yuji, but frame it so that Sukuna was the one who was responsible of all the shit that happened in Yuji's body. So he's going to put Yuji on trial, but have Sukuna as his co-defendant, and then charge the both of them, but excuse Yuji, I guess, in the end, ultimately, because it was Sukuna that did all the shit. So that's what it seems like. It's a good idea in theory. And so I wonder if at that point, if Yuji's going to be excluded from the domain, in the sense of he's not going to be affected by the rules. So he could do whatever while the rest of the trial is going on.
Or maybe it just puts him out the courtroom.
Out of the court, maybe he's in the stands. He's outside of the.
No, I think outside the whole
domain.
Yeah, like, so they're just sitting on the outside, just waiting for the results.
But then that's fucked up, because then if he gets his technique taken away, Sukuna, right? Say they take away, I don't know, they take away his fire
flames
out of him in that courtroom.
Everyone in there is dying.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking clown. Yuji can't leave. Someone's got to be in there to watch this nigga.
It has to take his curse energy.
Looking around like, y'all locked in here with me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this was a bad idea.
Like, so if he just looks up and he just goes, "That's it. All right."
Okay, that's all you took.
Just erupts. Like, what do you do about that?
Shit. No.
So these hands still work?
That's what it's
crazy.
It's actually funny. I was thinking about this the other day. We haven't actually even seen all of the 10 shadows. We've only actually seen 9. So we saw most of them, but we didn't see the 9th one, because Mahoraga is the 10th, but we didn't actually see the 9th one. So I wonder at this point now, because if they say they do take away Sukuna's technique, they say, okay, we're going to take away your technique, and it does take away his shrine ability in general. So he has access to none of his techniques, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could he then still rely on the 10 shadows? Because then that's not his technique. That's why I'm thinking it's like, okay.
But doesn't it take curse energy too, right? So he wouldn't have.
But are there steps to it? Is it initially like, okay, we're gonna take away your technique, then your cursed energy? Because isn't it
No,
like
I think
the
you
first?
need the cursed energy to use the cursed
The
technique.
yeah.
But isn't it? Don't they take the technique first and then they take the cursed energy? Because if they take
I
your
think it's the
technique,
reverse.
I thought it depended on the sentence.
let's figure it out.
Maybe.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I the final part when Higuruma was fighting Yuji, like they got a life sentence, and he's like, "That's an executioner blade, and you know you have no curse energy anymore." Like he completely cut him off from it.
Let me see.
He says the steps
Man had
somewhere
to
in
talk
this
his way
chapter.
out of it.
Yeah, he does say the steps. That's why I'm trying to just see if it's like.
The guilty
either way,
verdict
you
for a
can't
single
really-
murder is imprisonment. 2 people is life imprisonment or death, and 3 is death.
Also, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, so he takes
It
away.
becomes a death sentence. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the imprisonment takes away your. I'm guessing
Your
the
technique.
imprisonment takes away your technique,
Yeah,
and it
and then you
just
can't
traps
use
you
it.
in there.
And then after
And-
that takes away your energy,
Your cursed energy, and then it's the death sentence. So that's
So it's
step
layers to
two.
this shit. So it's layers.
Yeah.
To this
Yeah.
shit. So I'm thinking if he takes away his technique first, no shrine, you have no access, no fire arrow, no cleave, dismantle, none of
He
that
still
shit.
has cursed energy. That is a problem.
It still has
That is
cursed
definitely
energy.
a problem.
They
And then
have
he
to get that death sentence.
and then does he still have access to the 10 shadows? Because that's not his technique. That's what I'm that's
And
the
then
game
he can
changer.
just use cursed
That would be a
energy
loophole.
just to use it. That would be uncalled for.
That's what I'm saying. That's the game changer then. So we haven't seen the ninth
But
we haven't seen the ninth Shikigami. So they might
I
be
think
saving that for next
Higuromo
week.
and Itadori could deal with the 10 shadows technique for the most part. It's just until
I
they
don't
bring
think Itadori
Makaraka.
is going to be there. I don't think Itadori is going to be able to like
interfere.
participate once he's
Oh, it's just a
like-
1v at this point, hoping that he gets the death sentence.
But that's the thing though. I'm not
That's
even sure if even if Yuji is there, right?
Mhm.
The 10 shadows is honestly still scary in Sukuna's hands. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When he summoned Nue, it was bigger than a skyscraper. If he
yeah, you're
uses totality for even the demon dogs, that shit when Megami used it, totality for the demon dogs, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
That shit took off Hanami's arm. Hanami's a special grade curse when Megami was using it. If that nigga Sukuna is using demon dogs,
That's
totality even, that's a monster creature. If the 10 shadows is a problem, that is a terrible technique.
It's like having a giant
Numbers
wolf.
wise, that's a jumping technique of
Yeah.
astronomical
That's
proportions.
insane. That is insane.
Gojo would just style on it. Gojo had him looking crazy because Gojo's Gojo. That's just what
Yeah,
it was.
and Gojo knows the 10 shadows technique
he knows
really well
he
already.
knows in and out. And at the end of the day, most of them are not going to affect him either way. He's got infinity. But
Yeah.
this nigga, he don't have infinity, and the 10 shadows is in his hands is busted. So I'm curious how this is gonna play out. That's what I'm curious about. That's genuinely where my mind is at right now.
That's still, you know what? Even if it does end up that way, that's still a hell of a lot easier than him retaining
yeah.
his original technique.
Oh yeah, it's no listen. That's the best case scenario. That's best case scenario. Honest to God, it is. That's the best case scenario.
He's
Because
unarmed. This is the
unarmed,
only
you don't
time
want to
he
have
can
to
do it.
fight this nigga. You don't really
You
want to
don't.
have to fight this nigga with his
You
full
don't.
technique. It's not looking good for humans. If you're not like a Shikigami or you're like if you're a human being and you have blood in you,
I'm sorry. It's
it's
not,
not
for
good
you.
to fight that.
It's
nigga.
not
It's
your
not
fight.
good. Yeah, he's not good. He's not good.
Yeah, that one might not work out well.
So
Right?
they got to get rid of Cleave and dismantle.
Yeah.
So wait, what do you think, Cash? What do you think happens next chapter?
For JJK,
Yeah.
honestly, I think Kenjaku gets captured, not killed.
Mm.
They're gonna probably have Kenjaku to figure out how to kill Sukuna. Like he's like, yo, you brought him here. Like, y'all must you must have some type of plan. I would think that would be the best case scenario for them.
Wisdom head. They got the
Kenjaku.
wisdom head walking around.
Yeah,
Okay.
capture Kenjaku, see if he can get them any answers on, what the fuck to do about Sukuna, because shit ain't looking good. And I think the next chapter is gonna, start off with, Higuruma finally putting out his domain and them taking the shot, like shoot the shot for real. Because as soon as Sukuna puts his hands together for that shrine, y'all better have a domain up.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the
Y'all
thing.
better.
He opens up Malevolent Shrine.
It's game.
Yeah,
Game.
yeah, it's kind of a wrap.
Over.
But I don't think he's gonna do that solely because he's Sukuna. Like he wants to see what everybody else the fuck got before he starts rolling.
I think if he feels truly threatened, he will open up a level of the shrine. If he has the ability to. If it's in the cards for him to do that, I do think he would.
And I don't think Higuruma can open up his domain enough
twice. I don't think he will. I think this is the one time. This is it. I don't think he can open it up again.
Run and hit. Best case scenario, Hikari's upstairs playing slots.
The thing is, Hikari is definitely going to be a factor, but it's like, yee.
To what end, bro? To what end?
Oh God, I need a Black Flash. I need to see something.
Hikari's just upstairs. Come on, sevens. Here we go. One more time.
He's folded Urarame.
Daddy needs a 7.
That's over. Urarame is done. She's cooked. He's cooked.
Yeah, there's really not much going on there.
So if Kodo pops up with Higurame, Black Flashes, would you be moved then?
No. That was not enough to tell this factor. I'm sorry. The scales are crazy right now.
You said you needed some Black Flashes. I
need like 30. I need like 30 Black Flashes.
I need that gravity chick to come back. I need need some people to not be.
She needs to come back.
I need Gojo to be alive.
So we need to establish something because I feel like now we have some clear cut differences.
Told you to come back.
Maki is definitely a special grade in terms of strength, right? We got like Hikari, also a special grade. Yuta, special grade, undoubtedly.
Easy.
There's not enough special grade sorcerers. There's not enough special grade combatants at this level. I want to say Yuji should be potentially on that level because there's no way he's entering this fight, and if he's not above,
I think he's on that bar. Being able to,
if he's not stronger than Kusakabe. If he's not stronger than Kusakabe as a fighter, like in terms of like, because I think Kusakabe is probably what we've maybe. Do you think Mei is the best first grade that we've seen?
I think her and Nanami are right there on the same page.
Nanami is. I listen. I fuck with Nanami heavy
because they both can't use the.
Nanami's got plot on her side though. Nanami had a better showing because of the point. Like it's the point of view is what makes Nanami looks a lot better. In my opinion.
But they both like are stupid strong. Like,
but she had a simple domain. She had a simple domain. And then on top of that, I think now Naobito he looked a lot better than Nanami. And Naobito he did get clapped. He did get clapped, but he looked a lot better than Nanami. I thought.
Mei got follow up crazy. Mei got constant follow up crazy. I'm just saying like that. What was the kid's name?
Oh, we.
Stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair
enough.
Gang is crazy.
So I think Naobito's been the best first grade sorcerer. Then, in my opinion, if I had to give it one, either him or Naoya, I'd take either him or Naoya.
I forgot about
Naoya. Best first grade sorcerers.
No, he was. He was a first grade.
He was a first grade.
He
was a first grade. Maki made him look bad, but he was a first grade.
Made him look real bad.
Nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah. That's Maki. That's told you. I mean, what you gonna do?
Like, reborn? What's gonna happen?
What you gonna do? Y'all was scared of that nigga for a reason. Y'all was
quiet while he was alive.
Y'all was scared.
Real quiet.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough for them.
Y'all was scared. So I think the first grade sorcerers, they don't look bad. I don't think they look bad, but
isn't that the whole point of this though? Like that the sorcerer pool kind of got watered down over the years, and
this
is what it leads to. That was the whole point of this.
In a way,
the whole culling games is
in a way.
This,
I think. All right, so I think the reason Gojo got everybody together, Megumi, Panda, Maki, all of them, of his whole little gang in that school there. I think the reason he got them together is because Geto left. I think he believed in Geto so much that he was like, I need to make a plan in case he figures out how to take me down. Like, I think he like that was his best friend. He known him for a long time. So I think he really it really hit him once Geto left. That was just like, he might actually fucked up the whole planet. Like, he was the second person after me, and he's the strongest out of everybody else anyway. So like,
you know what's crazy?
Really put together a team.
I think Geto is getting folded by Yuki, and I mean, I think he would have lost. I think he would have beat Yuta.
Gojo drafted great. Yuki
would have
drafted crazy. He had everybody on deck. He's like, Maki, when you get 100%, you can smoke Gojo. You like Yuta, when you fucking figure out your whole shit, you can smoke Gojo.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Geto was the worst special grade sorcerer. I think he was the worst special grade sorcerer. I think he's the worst special grade
he could literally just consume special grades
he
without
could,
their consent.
but he
Like,
could.
like
He could.
completely.
Without the
But
consent,
if
don't
he,
say that.
I
Like,
think
It's not the right time for that.
Any needs for that? You can just
his weakness is
consume.
hands. His weakness is hands. That is his number one weakness. He is getting blessed, and I think that is just
Oh, yeah.
that's
He
what
is
it comes
not
down
a-
to.
He's not a sorcerer v sorcerer fighter. I don't think. I don't think Geto's
He's
that.
good. I mean, they established, they showed it several times. Like, no, he's got nice hands. He's got good hands. But when it comes down to like, all right, this nigga's in your face, and he's up there.
OG.
He's strong. Some nigga on your level is also strong at your level. His track record is ass at the top
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. At the top level, his track record, he's 0 for 2. My man's is 0 for 2 at the top level. He's 0 for 2. Matter of fact, Toji made him look terrible. Toji made him look fucking horrible. That was
Not his fault.
I'm not. It's
Not
not
his
his fault. I'm not.
You
I'm not
know?
gonna say it's his fault, but Toji made
Really
that
not.
nigga look horrible.
You know, Clyde would have had more rings if he didn't play against Mike. So it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Sometimes you run against him.
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I will
for it.
never
Yeah,
disrespect
man.
Charles
Because
Barkley. I will never disrespect
It's not his
Charles
fault.
Barkley.
It's not
It's
his
not his
fault.
fault, right? But
Any other decade, he would have been good, bro. He probably
He
would
would
have
have
been
been.
3 of them things. But
Easy.
you came up with Mike, brother. You gotta take that.
It's not
You
your
gotta
year.
take that.
For the next
It
couple
happens.
years, it's not your year, brother.
Just have a seat over here.
it happened.
Just have a seat.
It was never this nigga's year though. That nigga never had a year though. That's what's crazy.
But he
20
was still
years.
regarded
Next
as the
year might be
second
the year.
strongest next to Gojo.
Yeah, by that nigga was saying that.
Yeah.
It was him that was saying that shit. I ain't hearing nobody else say
chill.
that shit. I ain't hearing nobody else say that. Nah, that was him.
You need to fact check
I'm
it.
not
You need
jacking
to
it.
fact check it.
Listen, I was never jacking. I'm gonna be
Just
real
be
with
lying on their
y'all.
hands.
Nobody said that. Nobody said they were the two strongest. Nah,
He was just jacking his friend crazy.
he was just
like,
jacking his friend different. It was
You heard what
crazy.
he said.
I
Who's
ain't
gonna
never
stop him? Who's gonna
Listen,
stop him?
There was
Ghetto
multiple
walk around.
times
I'm
where
the
they got
second
confronted
strongest here.
together.
Gojo's
Nobody
like,
said,
"Yeah, I
"Oh, it's
heard
the
him."
strongest duo." There was never. Nah, it's Gojo. Oh, nah, it's Gojo. That's what it was.
The
Oh,
strongest
Gojo.
duo because they're together.
That's it.
Gojo.
Oh
They're the
no,
second strongest by affiliation.
affiliation
Every time somebody was
that's
screaming, "It's
crazy.
Gojo," he was in the background whispering, "And Ghetto."
and Ghetto and Ghetto.
Two guys.
Plus,
Two
The
guys.
second strongest.
don't forget. Yeah, no, he listen.
Oh,
He was nice. I'm not even gonna shit on the nigga. Definitely, he was good. He was good. He was good. I would take 5 niggas before him. I would take 5 niggas before him and start a basketball team. I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm not.
I think the
cheating.
list is. I think the list is longer than 5. If we're including
I
like
didn't want to say it. I didn't
Ghetto?
want to listen. That's
Ghetto,
yeah.
Nah.
it depends.
Alright.
If I'm fighting other cursed spirits, Ghetto's top of the list.
He's
let's
yeah,
say we're
other
going on
curse
an
spirits,
expedition.
sure.
You don't know who
Sure.
you're fighting. You don't know
Other
what you're gonna
curse
walk
spirits,
into.
sure.
Ghetto's not in your 5.
No.
All right, wait. How about this? We say this: Gojo is not available.
Gojo's not okay. So I'm taking Yuki.
He sneaks into 5 at that point.
Okay.
If Gojo's not
Yuki,
available.
Yuta, Toji. I mean, Toji Maki's that same. I think Toji Maki probably
It's
same.
Maki.
Hoji
yeah.
and Maki is dangerous.
Toji and
Yeah.
Maki, if you're fighting someone who does not know that they don't have cursed energy and also doesn't know the arsenal, especially arsenal, I'm sorry. If we're talking,
Honestly, it doesn't matter if you know the arsenal or not. Can you deal with it? Like, you still got to get speed blitz. That's the whole thing.
if you don't have the
So
limit
wild
list,
fast
you're having a hard time
and
following. it.
wild strong.
You're having a really hard time.
You're
It's
having a
a
hard
Just a
time
bad
following.
day.
It's coming from all directions.
You're just knowing that a freight train is coming at you, but you can't do anything about it. You can't get off the track.
Bait train
That's-
moving nearly the speed of light.
That's a bad nigga. That's a bad nigga to fight. So that's 3 right there. Okay.
They got to be alive. They got to be alive too.
Oh, they have to be
That's-
currently alive. Currently
Yeah,
alive.
yeah.
But Ghetto's cooked. I could take dead niggas. What the fuck?
Nah, because then
That was
that's
bad.
not. Then the
Okay,
list becomes-
Yeah, that is fucked.
Okay. Okay,
It
fine.
was cooked
fine.
then.
They gotta be alive.
Said Yuki, Yuta, Toji, Maki.
I would say I'll give Toji Maki 1 slot. Toji Maki Isaiah has 1 slot. So that's still two.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Ghetto is sneaky 4. If this nigga a sneaky 4.
Once you
If there's
take
nobody
Gojo and everybody dead off the list, then he pumps up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
There's
stocks
gotta be
increase.
pump.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he's already dead, so the stocks don't go anywhere.
That nigga is
That's what I'm saying.
He is a
Going
fraudulent
to the
character.
blockchain.
Hold up. Because
Go
this
ahead,
is
say
just
it
this
loud.
is this is just me though. This is it
Yeah,
is.
it's about shit.
Wow.
It is.
Already tell off rip.
You got to come up with two names.
Tell him.
Don't just say
I'm
one.
not
You had
even
him
saying
at-
I'm
two
taking.
names.
You had him
I'm-
at 4, so you got to come up with two names. Don't do that.
I'm not even saying I'm taking this nigga off the list for this nigga. But in hindsight, honestly,
Oh boy.
looked pretty good against Gojo. That nigga Miguel looked
No.
pretty good against Gojo. I'm not even gonna lie to you. No, hold up. Now listen to this. Y'all gotta hear this. Y'all gotta hear this, right? What did they say when they said they took a full-on serious Gojo punch? Yuta and Akari, what did they say? A serious punch from Gojo. What did they say? They said they threw the fuck up. They threw up when that nigga punched them one time seriously. Once. And the reason why that is because every time he punches a nigga, he uses blue on every punch. Like a serious punch that he hits a nigga with, he uses blue. I didn't know that little tidbit until I read that shit. That's diabolical. That's
kinda
fucking
wild.
crazy.
That's insane.
That's fucking crazy.
Especially if your teacher doing that.
That's
We're on the same side. Nigga,
That
why would
is
you
child
do this?
endangerment. Child
Like, you
endangerment.
put me here to
I
do
don't
this to
even want
me.
to be here.
Right?
What
How
for
is this
broken
at
nigga solar
school?
plexus?
Like, I gotta
Crazy.
come back tomorrow and I gotta do homework. Not here, nigga swallowing.
This nigga Miguel was getting pieced up for fucking 30 minutes straight. 30
We never
minutes
seen
straight.
him again after this dance, though.
That's what I'm
He
no, he
was
listened.
never seen once ever again.
He
He's
trained
missing
Yuta. He was
several
training
major
Yuta.
organs.
He was training Yuta off screen. Yuta was confirmed in Kenya with this nigga learning how to box. Confirmed. It is confirmed. Yuta said, okay,
Yeah.
this nigga was teaching me something. I gotta go learn from this nigga. And also, he was low-key. He wasn't hurting this nigga, but he was touching him with the rope. The rope was specially meant to get through the limitless. He was touching him. He was touching him. Miguel is somebody. Am I saying? Listen. I'm not saying Miguel is beating Ghetto. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that.
My next question. I was about to say
No.
Miguel and Ghetto fight.
No,
How's that look to you?
that's not
Not
happening.
even close.
Ghetto has 4,000 curses. Nigga has 4,000 curses. What is he doing? It's not happening. No. Sneaky 5, Miguel. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Sneaky 5, Miguel is all I'm saying. Alive
I'm
niggas?
mad.
Yeah.
How
His
bad that you
achievements.
use him taking a punch to scale him?
Hey.
His only achievement is triggering Gojo's PTSD. That's literally his only achievement. The one time before his Limitless got fucking punctured, it was Toji.
That's why he
got
beat that
hit
nigga up
one
like that.
time, and he said, "Never again. I'm ending this tonight.
Listen, that's why
I'm
he put
destroying
hands on
that
him like
rope. Like it's over. Like no one's getting through my Limitless again. Don't touch me." Like,
that. Listen, that's why he
Just for
blasted him like
several
that.
months later, his limitless to be broken. But
but look at what it took. Look at what they needed to accomplish. Look at the achievements.
third time was the
occurred.
charm. Third time was it. That's all it took.
It took 3 tries and 2 whole niggas. It's still
After a while,
just
it's
barely
like,
got
all right,
it.
man.
Nah.
Limitless except to these 3 niggas. Nah, it's that's it. Just pack it up.
Sukuna's bloodied up, bruised up, talking about I can cut through infinity, like trying to talk shit at the last second. Like
Listen, he had to get beat the fuck up for that to happen. He had to get put through the
It
fucking.
took a lot.
I feel like it's funny because I feel like the amount of people I see on Twitter, and there's nothing wrong with having a bad opinion. You know, people are stupid. Motherfuckers be on fucking people. People be on Twitter talking about this nigga Sukuna was not at all afraid about what was gonna happen towards the end of that fight. I'm like, I don't know what
That's
y'all
cap.
were reading. Nigga said for the first time in 1,000 years, nigga felt uncertain. Nigga felt.
I don't know where this is going. I've been
Nigga
doing
said-
this for a long time.
Nigga felt fear for real. He said, okay,
This can get spicy.
something is happening and I don't like it. And I don't like it.
For the first time, I don't understand.
I don't get it. When that
Make it
nigga
make
fired
sense.
the red into the air, nigga said, Maharaga, please.
Help.
He
Help
said,
me.
please. Something.
You go. I don't know what to do. I threw you out there off chance, threw out the Pokeball. Go, Maharaga. It's out of my hands now. Don't die on me for real.
And now you're back in front of my feet. Help.
What do you mean he threw the red into a blue? Where?
That nigga screamed. He saw the red go up. He said, "No." Nigga said, "Nah." What the fuck? That shit is crazy.
Yo, man's about to end up like Bardock for real.
Oh my god! Now the amount of memes I have from that one situation.
Wiped off the planet.
Yeah, man.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry you had to deal with Twitter folks like that. I had to deal with Twitter all weekend like that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. From I guess we can transition to 1100.
Oh yeah, it's getting into
One Piece.
One Piece.
So apparently everyone's seen that chapter, and they seen that panel of Mihawk, and they used that to scale Shanks above Mihawk incorrectly yet again.
I didn't make that jump. Like
it's pretty bad, man. It was some pretty bad jumps.
I still think Shanks is stronger, but I didn't get that from the chapter.
Oh, you was beefing with niggas. I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Look up his profile. Is he banned?
He was not. He's not banned.
I'm good right now.
For now.
I left some comments unanswered, unresponded to. It's the only way. But yeah, I've noticed some of these people don't have reading comprehension. They're reading with their feet. That's why I'm grateful for the anime, because the anime just animated something very important and just confirmed something, that Mihawk has greater sword skills than Shanks.
I mean, I don't know how you couldn't infer that at that point. If I'm being real with you, it has to be inferred. He is the strongest nigga with a sword on the whole sea. How the fuck could there be anyone stronger than him?
Some people don't be reading. And they think they're friends.
I think there could be people stronger than him, just not other swordsmen. But I think Shanks.
So what is Shanks?
I still think Shanks just has.
Was Shanks a hockey man?
I think Shanks is an all-around.
He's a 100% hockey man.
He's not a swordsman anymore. He's a hockey man.
I think he's an all-around. I think he's an all-arounder. That's what I think Shanks is. I think he'll pull out the pistol when it's time to up it. He'll pull out the sword when it's time to use it. I think he's gonna
pull out the phone and call his daddy that fucking fraud.
Call for help.
Dad.
The police.
See, now I gotta make fraud.
Here again. I thought you got them away from me.
Because who's a bigger fraud than Luffy?
Oh God.
Wait a minute now.
Who's a bigger fraud than Luffy? How many times he got bailed out by his dad?
I mean, that's his power, though. That's
only once. Literally once.
That's his superpower. He didn't get bailed out
by his
other captains.
Like that.
That is that nigga's power.
Jinbei?
Well, Jinbei.
What do you mean? Jinbei bailed him out a whole game. Almost entirely. He almost got
that was him. That was Jinbei putting his work to get down to Straw Hat. So that's what I count.
It just so happened he also became a Straw Hat after the fact. But
now he knew
before that time, he was just
another. He had to put in his work. He had to do his little,
He had to build his little resume up. He had to show these niggas where he stood.
Fraudulence. Luffy should have handled that himself.
He stood on business.
They addressed it. They said Luffy's superpower, his greatest power, is assembling niggas to his side. That is his power.
That is his power.
That's
what
he
fraudulent
does.
Power.
Nah, man, that's some real nigga shit.
Yes,
imagine
it's just an alternative to Blackbeard.
Nah, every hood
he's just an alternative. He's just friends with them. Blackbeard don't give a fuck about his niggas. That's the only difference. But it's Hoenn. It's still Hoenn. Hey. It's just Hoenn in two different ways.
If I could be good in every hood, I would. What the fuck? I don't know. That's me.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be me though. I don't care.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings, everyone. I don't care. Yeah.
I mean, Blackbeard's good in every hood. He's thugging it.
Nah, he's good in every hood by force. Them niggas would definitely fucking training day this nigga if they could. They would 100% pull a training day.
Is good because he walks into the projects with both guns out.
Ready.
Full display. Like, what's up?
Fully automatic rifles. Just
got the switch poking out on the side.
Shoulder.
Poking out. He got it up like this. It's never a way with
He's just securing the area. Just
two ammo belts each side.
A grenade belt across the other shoulder.
Oh, nah.
As soon as he opens up,
ready to go crazy.
Beams just shoot out the door. Red beams and a smoke grenade.
He
You don't even
walks
know
by
he got
himself,
up.
but he always got 6 hitters in the shadows somewhere. They
In the
all pop out
shadows,
at
it's
once,
just around.
just waiting.
Like
Just
the
Doc,
roof,
you come out the
he
bushes.
scoped out the area.
That's how he
days
moved.
ago.
That's how he moved. That's not really good in
That's
the
how-
hood. That nigga, that's not. You see,
That is
that's
not
not
good
really
in the
good in the hood. Yeah, he not really
But
good.
it's on lock. Like
Meanwhile,
It's
we're
the
on
block
lock
ain't
for
his.
now.
like, yo, where the party at? I'm here.
We're gonna say the
I'm
block
bringing
ain't
meat.
his.
Hey, the block is his for now. They gonna find out. They gonna
The block is literally the block is his island.
The block. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He holding it
He
down
got
for
his
This
now.
block.
nigga is the island.
He gonna hold it down for now. He got it. He got
Mhm.
it. He got it for now.
What? Yeah, I think he has other territories.
Yeah. I think he took all of Whitebeard's territories.
Not
Except for
all of them.
Sphinx
Well,
Island.
yeah, he didn't take Sphinx. He didn't take Fishman.
Well,
I guess he
Sphinx,
just
I don't
took the
think mattered to
majority
him
of
because that wasn't like
But the
a.
fishermen were under Luffy now.
They were the
Now
Big
it's under
Mom.
Luffy, but they were under
Big
Big
Mom.
Mom. Yeah.
Oh
Come
yeah,
up
yeah.
real quick.
So
I think because Blackbeard wasn't an alternative. I don't think Blackbeard would have done it by piece. He would have came in there and started fucking shit up. Big Mom was just gonna take some candy and
just
Big
yeah.
Mom just like, what pastries y'all got?
yeah, Big Mom Blackbeard was gonna come in there on some nut shit.
Blackbeard's like, I'm leveling the town.
He
Immediately.
was gonna come on some nut shit.
We're starting from scratch. You're
Nigga,
all
pop the
slaves.
first bubble. Yeah, nah, fuck that nigga.
Everyone here is slaves. It's over.
Just mad slavery instantly. Nah,
That's it. I'm not starting with nobody.
I'm not dealing with that nigga. That's what I'm saying. Before he even came down, they called Big Mom. They ain't even fucking. She didn't even have to find out. They called her ass. They said, "Nah, before anything happens, please come. Please save us." Who's
Please,
dealing
we
with
have,
that shit?
We have pound cake. Please, just pull up.
Yo, who's dealing with that shit, bro? I'm not.
They
waiting for
remember
that nigga
him from when
Blackbeard,
he used to come to the island with Whitebeard. Be like, yeah, he was always the weird one. that
always
didn't-
smiling extra hard and shit. Like,
He was just staring at us while we slept. Like he
nigga was just
didn't like
mad
that at
aggressive
all.
with the mermaids and shit. Just fucking weird nigga vibes. Just fucking.
like, yo,
mad
Black, Blackbeard out here scaring the hoes. Like, come on, bro.
Nigga scaring the
Nah,
hoes
he
for
definitely
real.
is.
Fucking-
Come on, bro. You
He's
can't be,
scaring them.
can't be saying not the host like that, bro. You gotta calm down, B.
Bro, scaring the hoes crazy.
It's
Wildin' out.
crazy.
Nah.
Bro, take a
Fuck
nap
that.
for real.
They
You
had to
haven't
tell him
blinked in
to
6
chill,
hours.
chill,
That's what I'm
what is
saying.
that?
They had
Relax.
to leave that nigga on
What
the
is that
ship.
for
That
real?
fish man. Leave that nigga on the ship. Nigga couldn't come ashore. What the fuck? Nah.
Oh man.
Whitebeard was like, nah. You teach you stay back and guard the
You
island.
stay back. Yeah, you keep it safe on the boat.
What? They love me at Fisherman Island.
No, the fuck
yeah,
they
yeah.
No, they the fucking don't.
No, the fuck. Your posters
They
are
requested
everywhere,
you to leave by name.
right?
Like, they don't want you here anymore, bro.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
man.
The
Fuck
crew's
that.
HR just pulling them into the office. So just walk me through your last time at Fisherman Island.
Right? Tell me what happened. Remind
What
us.
did you say exactly?
Nah.
They packing them up. So yeah, did y'all like this chapter? Despite the fact I had to argue with people online, I think it was a good chapter.
I have no complaints. It's I feel like the flashback looks like it's going longer than I thought. Actually,
A lot longer. A lot longer.
it's going longer than I thought. Because I was wrong because I said I thought Dragon was gonna be chapter 1100. I still think whenever they finish the flashback is Dragon, but I thought it would have been 1100.
You
I
got
think
the dragon
Dragon's
fighting.
probably gonna be 1103, if I want to guess correctly, because I think
You think the
they're gonna-
flashback's gonna?
I think once the
taper off?
flashback gets that cut off there, when
Yeah.
something's about to happen, it'll maybe like be the last panel of that chapter where like Dragon's on the front of the boat, like you're. But I think when that happens, it's gonna cut back to something else. I think there's one more thing we got to cut back to before we really wrap up Egghead. I don't think it's just about over just yet.
There's a lot of shit that's like up in the air right now because for right now it seems like it's the end of the chapter because we haven't gone too much in the chapter, but the end of the chapter is leading to some shit that's like unexplored territory altogether.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me because I genuinely I don't know. I feel like it's unexpected right now. Not to say that I should have expected anything because it's not my story, but I have no idea where shit is going right now for sure. At least with this flashback.
I hope it's over soon. I think it's over soon. It feels like it's gone on longer than it should have. Like I feel like if it would have ended last chapter, we would have, because you can infer basically like everything that happened. So it was confirmed that the reason why Kuma became a pacifista was to save Bonnie, right? But I think that was pretty obvious to tell from the moment he pulled up to Egghead. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious. I think it's running a little long. And then now this next chapter, I think that's it for the flashback. I hope. And then we see Dragon pop up and get active.
I'm curious as to why he's going to the Goa Kingdom, which is like the end of the chapter. It looks like he's headed. It looks like he's blue, and he's headed towards the Goa Kingdom, where Luffy is when he's a kid. Which is interesting. I have no idea what to make of that.
Because it's way past them picking up Sabo, so I really don't know.
Luffy looks like he's like, if I had to estimate from like the panel itself, Luffy looks like he's like 13, 14. So it's fairly recent. Like it's not too far back in the past where it's like
right before his adventure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Ace just left. That's what it looks like to be like the time frame. Ace probably just left that year. Especially because Ace was mentioned in this chapter. Ace defeated a warlord.
Crazy theory that Ace beat the war. Ace beat. So in this chapter, they announced that's what happened, right? Ace beat the warlord, and that's the warlord. That's the spot that he actually got offered right before he fought Jinbei. He turned it down, obviously, and then Kuma picks it up. But they're saying that the warlord Ace beat was probably the man marked by flames, and it makes sense, right?
Literally, yeah.
Burned by Ace. It just kind of just all matches up. Really like easy, nice and easy to tie up.
Yeah.
And if the man marked by flames is like a lurking legend, that also makes sense too. Like,
so who do you think it could be? Like, do you think it's somebody? Because I mean, I know people initially thought it could have been like a legend, like Shiki or something like that, but it definitely wasn't because Shiki wouldn't have been a warlord at that time. Nigga was he would have been in jail, so it's definitely not someone like that.
And it's not Doflamingo. I think we could take that off the list. A couple people thought it was Doflamingo, but I don't think so.
So a warlord capable level fighter. I mean, to me, I feel like the warlords start to look better in the light, which is interesting. As time goes on, because I think
really only two bad ones, honestly.
Two rough ones. Moria obviously is a rough one. And Crocodile at the time, I guess you could say, was a rough one, but that came down to.
I think that's more so. He was one of the first Logias introduced to the story.
Yeah, so he had the
like a bit of a head start more than most.
Yeah, I don't think that's more so. I think when they show him now,
he's gonna be much stronger. I agree. Yeah. So who would you say is a disappointing warlord besides Moria?
Buggy.
I almost forget about him. Yeah.
Buggy's the only other one. I think everyone else besides Moria and Buggy have around the same prerequisite strength. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that Jinbei level. There's a few anomalies that go in the other direction. So like Mihawk goes way in the other direction as too strong to be a warlord, but I mean whatever.
See, but I was gonna put Boa on that kind of list that I'm a little disappointed.
Really?
Like they're a warlord. Yeah, solely like didn't really do nothing with it. They really just became a warlord to just sort of, I guess, keep government occupation away from Kuja Village. But I don't know. I don't really have a scale for how strong she is, if I'm being honest.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe I expect too much of her, but her Devil Fruit and also her having Conqueror's Haki, and also the respect I feel like they put on her name just as a prerequisite. They dropped $1 billion on her. She went from she was frozen at 83. They instantly said unfrozen. What is it? 1.9, 1.8, whatever she's at. I think that's a testament to how strong she is. Now, I don't think she's stronger. I think if I had to estimate how strong she is, I would say she's probably about as strong as Jinbei. I would say she's probably like around that strength level. Maybe a little bit weaker, maybe a little bit stronger, whatever way you want to swing. I don't really care. I would wager she's around that strength level. First commander level. First commander could probably.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
First commander beating the second
like that
commander.
Jinbei, Doflamingo.
You're in that mix.
Yeah.
You're in that mix.
I'm not mad at that. I was thinking about it for a second, but I'm not mad at that.
I think she firmly beats most people.
Mainly off of her Devil Fruit.
Yeah, I'm about to say mainly off her
Devil Fruit is good. Also, I mean, I'm not to sleep on it, but the Kuchi clan, they're all hockey users. They're all proficient in hockey. So I mean, I'm not gonna say she has advanced armament and all that shit. She might have advanced armament.
I think a lot of places are proficient in hockey and don't realize it because like since you see like all these abilities come under different names, but I'm pretty sure at a base level they're just all
Just hockey.
hockey.
It's probably like that world government propaganda,
Yeah.
just renaming or not naming it, so allowing them to create their own name for it and not allowing people to communicate about it. So you don't know.
It's
That's
less
hockey.
common.
That's what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But, like,
it's
That's why the
Punch
Pirates
is
like
Conqueror's coding punch.
you think so?
It just feels like it, like a king punch.
I feel like it's probably I don't. The thing is with him is I feel like it's definitely hockey. I just wonder if it's like a move more than anything.
It's
like
to me, it feels like manifesting Conqueror's hockey from a non-Conqueror's user. That's why it was so. It's super powerful, considering the source.
but it
right,
takes a whole
so-
hour to charge up or some shit like
Right. Because you don't have Conqueror, so it takes you a long time to figure out and find and pull that will. And at the same time, it's not as strong as somebody who has regular Conqueror's coding because they naturally have that and they can naturally pull it out. I think that's the difference.
Do you
but
think
I
that attack would have worked against a Kaido? Like if he hit Kaido and
No,
it's
fuck
charged up?
Fuck no. He would
I
be
don't think
sitting
it's-
there looking stupid. Kaido would laugh him off.
that. I don't know. It did look pretty destructive. Like that
I
was a
just-
wild
Bartolomeo
punch.
blocked it.
Yeah, but Bartolomeo blocks everything. He has 100% block rate right now. I'm sorry, nothing's cracked that shell. So,
I think there are. If I'm being real with you, I think there are users who are cracking Bartolomeo's.
I
yeah,
think Kaido's one of them.
I think anyone with advanced conquerors is doing it.
Even that fraud Shanks is probably doing it.
Anyone with advanced conquerors is touching Bartolomeo for sure. Like
Maybe
for
not
sure.
Shanks. That's how I take Shanks back.
I think Shanks.
Mihawk isn't doing it.
I think Shanks is
Mihawk's
doing
definitely
it.
doing it.
He's
If
not
Shanks is
doing
doing it, Mihawk's 100% doing it.
I think any conquerors user is doing it. Anyone with conquerors coding is touching that for sure. For sure. Honestly, it's crazy. I don't even think you need conquerors coding to be honest with you. I think you have to have advanced. If you have a really, really good grasp of hockey, I think you can do it.
You
maybe
think
not
Rio
his, like-
breaks it?
What was
I
that?
think Rio could probably bypass it.
No, I think Rio breaks it. I
I
think
think Rio
I think
breaks it.
if you have a real understanding of hockey, I think you're breaking Devil Fruit abilities. I think that's still where the lore is. Maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't break his his awakened ability. That I'm curious to see potentially how that works with hockey. But I think his shield. I think advanced conquerors or advanced coding could probably break through that. Honestly.
And then it sucks. The strongest person we've seen hit it is Odin, and we can't really confirm how well his hockey control was.
I think
But
the difference
I feel
with I don't know with Odin it's interesting because when he got blocked by it, right? Was he using advanced conquerors? Because he was just gonna try and kill.
It doesn't look like it.
He was just trying to try and
This
kill
is
some Orochi, and
Orochi.
he knows Orochi's a bitch. He wasn't trying to you know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
did it multiple times. He was coming back again with his most.
But he hit it with everything he had. They were
He's raw
still
strength.
threatening to destroy the village.
Yeah,
You don't think you think he unlocked conquerors when he hit Kaido that time?
I think he been at it. I personally just don't think he was using it. I don't think he was using it honestly.
I don't
For whatever
think, I
reason.
think Orochi wasn't a big enough threat for him to feel like, because he didn't know the barrier guy existed, nor did he
Yeah.
understand what was going on.
And also his mental
you
state
can't
at the
see the
time. I
barrier,
want to
can you?
say.
No, I don't think so. I think it's visible to us as readers and watchers, but I don't think it's visible. Like,
You know what? Fair
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
That's a good point. I don't know if it's visible to the people.
so I think Odin was just like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And then the drummer was just sitting there like, "I got you." Stupid.
And also,
So I
I
don't
think his
think-
mental state, man, affected that shit. Like not being able to process all that shit happening at once, figuring out everything. I guess he figured out at that one moment. Like I'm not sure my boy was thinking right. Clearly, I mean that man fucked up. Like I know we spoke about it before, but Odin's followed through with the whole plan to save Wano was executed terribly. I mean, he went out like a G,
have a
but
choice, but he should have.
He had a choice.
He should have plotted
He had a
something.
choice.
he could have
Yeah,
boxed
but
with Kaido
he
at any point
honestly
in them 5
believed-
years.
Yeah,
Could've.
but
He was
then,
naive. That was the problem.
He was naive.
He could
That's what it
kill
came
Kaido,
down to.
but then what is he gonna do about the barrier and Orochi? It's still gonna be.
Man, fuck that nigga Orochi. If I
What's
kill
Orochi
Kaido,
gonna do?
if I kill Kaido, I'm packing the rest of y'all up gradually. I'm not worried about shit once I get rid of Kaido. Not that I think
Right.
he would have been able to do it. But if I do get rid of Kaido, fuck y'all. I'm not worried about shit. Yeah.
And I'm curious too, like, what did Kaido need? I know they say he built up his forces in 5 years, but why did he feel like he needed 5 years to do that to Oden? You know
I think
what I
he
mean?
just wanted to be overkill personally, because at that point they're building weapons, they're arming all their soldiers. I guess they're bringing more soldiers in from wherever the soldiers are coming from, because he's got pirates coming in, he's got the samurai that they have over there. They're just getting more people in general. In 5 years, it's just too many people to fight against in a battle. Like, it's no longer like, oh, a skirmish where it's like you have your strongest top 5, top 9 niggas, your samurai, against maybe like a handful of maybe like 500, 600 pirates or so. Like, it's not going to be that crazy of a battle. It's still going to be wild. Don't get me wrong. Right. But like, compared to like 5,000 niggas, like 90 y'all against 5,000 niggas, yeah, it's looking rough. Plus Kaido
wants the overwhelming win every time.
He wants the overwhelming win every time.
Just feels like overkill. Honestly, he could have did it in a year and a half.
A year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Yeah. 2 years. Twice. I don't think he understands what overkill means.
That's why I think he was broken before he even got to that point. Like, I think, like, as a person, Kaido was broken before he got to Wano. I think he had lost his honor and all that Joy Boy shit before he got to Wano.
He ran into Roger and Garp and really had to reevaluate his lifestyle.
Yeah, some shit happened.
I don't know if he ran into Garp, man.
I think Garp he got captured by Garp for sure. I think Garp
wasn't on that 5. Garp was not on that 5, and if you ran into Garp would have been on that list.
Most of the people on that list were swordsmen.
You know what?
I don't think.
I think he might have ran into Garp, but I don't know if Garp really like beat his ass. He might have just got put down, but I don't know if he got like his ass.
I don't even know if it was that.
You don't think so?
I honestly, I really believe Kaido and Garp never crossed paths. I just think it was just one of those things that I don't think everyone, the top doesn't always meet each other. You know what I mean?
That is
like
true.
The top tiers don't meet each other that often. So I just think it was one of those things where like Garp and Kaido were the only time they was in the same place at the same time was God Valley. Then after that, they've never truly been aligned because Garp is still following Roger and Kaido is doing his own thing. And then after that, you know, Garp is not really too concerned about the goings on of the world because Roger's gone. So he's, you know, he's just chilling at this point. Yeah. And then Kaido's still doing what he's doing in Wano of all places. So it's like, especially Garp is not going there.
Nobody going there. Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, technically, he never ran into Whitebeard.
Who?
He had Whitebeard up on our list. Kaido, yeah.
He was on Rocks.
They were on Rocks' crew. Yeah.
They boxed.
So he got that.
They boxed.
You think so?
There was a hierarchy on that crew. I definitely think the top tiers.
Kaido was at the bottom of that shit.
He was on the bottom of the top tiers. He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't beating Big Mom or Kaido.
Bottom of the top. I think he was level Straw Hats, right?
Like he was cleaning the deck.
Whoa.
Like he was.
I don't think that. Nah. They said I don't know how old he was when the Rocks Pirates linked up. But when you saw that nigga looked like a grown man. He looked
grown man getting his ass beat.
He looked. I think he was getting clapped by Whitebeard. I think he was getting clapped by by Rocks and Big Mom. But I don't think anyone else on the crew was really.
Shiki. I think Shiki. I think the way that lineup looked. I think the way it looks. Rocks is the clear one. Then it's an unclear between Big Mom, Whitebeard, Shiki.
Okay.
From the panel, that's the 3 that they made it look like. It's unclear between those 3 who's the number 2.
Yeah.
And then I think all of those other names like Captain John and like, you know.
You think you would put Silver above a young Kaido?
I think Kaido is like right in that ballpark with them. Kaido might be a cut above them, but I don't think before he got his devil fruit, I don't think he was really messing with them.
The way that Big Mom addressed him in general, she definitely, you know, thought he was young, but I feel like she knew for a fact that nigga was a monster.
Just yeah, potential.
I think she knew he was a monster.
Let me see. Just for them to both get bodied simultaneously.
But she looked worse in the light, 100%. There's no way that I could say that Big Mom stacks up to Kaido as a fighter in the long term.
Her build-up was a lot better than Kaido. Well,
no way.
No. In the long term, she can't stack up at all.
Kaido had the best build-up out of anyone.
Yeah. And
I'm
not gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not even gonna cap. I know we disrespect Big Mom all the time, but it's about to get worse because I definitely think that I I think one admiral could honestly probably beat her if I'm being straight up with you. And I know that sounds crazy, but Law was taking some straight up. I mean, we talked about it. Law was taking some straight up hockey coded haymakers point blank to the face while he was on top of Big Mom, and he ain't fold. I know Kizaru looked kind of fraudulent, but he took a Gear 5th Conqueror's coded punch, which I might have to say Big Mom is not capable of using.
Wait a minute. He did not take that punch.
He got hit by it. That's what put him down. That's what put him down, is what I'm saying. That's what put him down. I don't think that anything that Big Mom has is as strong as a Conqueror's coded Gear 5th punch. I don't think she has anything that is hitting anybody that hard. I don't think so. I think you could dodge. I think you could dodge that attack. I think it's hitting that hard. But I think you could
doesn't she have that giant soul skeleton demon shit that she summons out of her body that she used to fight Kid and Law?
I don't think he's always worried about that.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about that either. I think with Kizaru, it's a pure hockey difference. You need
dance on her. You need that Conqueror.
I don't think he's.
I think he's
doing enough damage to really.
I think he's blessing her.
True glass cannon. I don't think
glass cannon versus a 10
years.
I don't listen. He was fighting Gear 5th Luffy, and he was avoiding the punches. And Big Mom is not as fast or as agile as Luffy in
but
any way.
She's just as durable, if not more. That's the thing. She could really just sit there and eat hits until the opportunity comes. Like
I don't believe she's as durable as Luffy.
Unless you're like fighting her on a cliff.
In a way, she is.
You think she's as durable as Luffy?
She can use the souls to replenish herself. Still,
but if she's pulled up, same scenario. She pulls up, or she's at Egghead with the limited people there that have already evacuated, left the island, right?
Okay.
Kizaru pulls up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's worried. I think
the kick that sent Luffy off the map wouldn't even move her. That's the wild part. He would fly up and kick her and would hit her in the chest, and she'd go, "Oh,
I'm laying it down."
Mama. And then go for a swing and he'd fly off. Right, he's not kicking Big Mom off the map like that.
He's getting cooked by an admiral. She's getting cooked by a fucking admiral.
Aokiji? Absolutely. Akainu?
All three of these niggas. All three of these niggas. All original.
Oh no, Kizaru.
You got me with the first two. Kizaru needs some. Yeah.
One time from Big Mom.
My boy is listen. I'm not even. My admiral stock's not even high. My admiral stock's not even high. My Big Mom stocks are that fucking low. My Big Mom stocks are that fucking low. They're in the fucking trash. All right.
I gotta put respect where it's due. She's taking some hits. She takes shit that was supposed to kill her for keeping the buck. She got hit with a rocket. Like
I don't know.
That was designed to kill her.
That was literally made to kill her.
I ain't gonna lie.
It took a lot. It takes a lot to knock her.
Listen, fuck technology. Technology is not supreme in One Piece. Ultimately, that's what we're coming to. If we're coming down to where we going with it, it's hockey is number one. Devil Fruits is 1A hockey, 1B Devil Fruits. Okay,
only way Kizaru gets a clear win is if they fighting on a cliff. That's the only way. That's Big Mom's whole weakness. It's being thrown off cliffs.
And there's nothing she can do about it. As long as she's going gravity, and you can knock her down.
As long as you can create some form of slide to get her the fuck off the cliff, you got it, bro. There's nothing
I don't see how Big Mom is touching Kizaru. She's not fast enough to touch Kizaru. She's not fast enough to touch.
She has observation enough.
She don't have it. She don't have future sight. She don't have future sight.
Absolutely.
She's not fast enough.
You don't think she has future sight?
I do not believe she. She would have avoided half the hits that she was.
She called out Zoro.
She definitely did call out Zoro.
She's not. I think she recognized the hockey in that attack. She recognized the hockey in that attack. She said, "That's not a normal sword." I think she saw that the hockey built up in that shit.
That's her future sight. Because if Zoro would have connected and Kaido would have went down, she would have got hopped by the five of them, and it would have been a quicker.
I'm not putting
Aki's not visible either. I don't think.
I'm not. I think she felt it. I think she can see. You can feel the fucking the Conqueror. You can feel Conqueror's hockey. You can. What happened?
Why? How come Kaido didn't feel it then?
He was in the heat of battle. Nigga Kaido not worried about shit. Nigga Kaido wasn't worried about shit. Nigga Kaido's not worried about shit ever. Nigga Kaido isn't worried about shit
that is a
ever.
Point.
Niggas was booming him off the roof at 3 o'clock in the morning and he wasn't even dodging. He didn't care.
3 a.m.
He is a psychopath. He is crazy. He don't give a fuck.
Every time he got rocked by Luffy, he was just like, I don't think he hit that hard.
He said,
it's hit even harder the next time.
One more time.
He can't hit harder than that.
Listen, Big Mom is a coward. She's a fraud. She is the Karl Malone of One Piece. And on top of that, I listen. I am not.
They call her Big Giddy.
Yeah. All right, that's a good time to wrap this up. This has been the Urban Anime Podcast. We'll catch y'all next week. Let us know what you think about the next One Piece chapter. What's going on Egghead? And let us know what you think about Kenjaku and JJK. And we'll catch y'all next week because this is swallowing and we can't stand for this. It's not something we can stand for. We'll catch y'all next week later.